Journal 3 in Gravity Falls belong to Alex Hirsch and Disney Channel. Please go buy Journal 3 and support Gravity Falls. Hello everybody, Raspberry Barrel here, and it's time for another Gravity Falls Journal 3 book reading. Sorry everyone for our lack of content this previous week. I had videos and stuff ready, and then my computer just deleted them all, and so I'm restarting. Here's take 2 of this video. Last time we left off hearing about zombies and stuff, and now we'll be starting on some pages all about spells. I'm excited, so let's just get right into this. Please forgive me if I stutter, hesitate, or mispronounce anything, and for any noises in the background. Here we go. Since learning how dangerous my own lab grounds are, I have been researching forms of magical defense against zombies. Enchanted daggers are handy. I don't recommend double-edged swords, though. It is possible to cure zombification. Mix 1 cup formaldehyde, 1 teaspoon salt, 2 teaspoons paint thinner, 1 quart newt's blood, and a pinch of cinnamon for taste. Figure A, Warlock Potion. This only works until the 10th hour following contamination. If you take it any later, you're undead meat. A zombie skull, ground up, can be used to coat your body. The smell will trick zombies, and anyone else really, into avoiding you. Zombie curse. Spells. For the sake of science, I suppose I should also include a zombie summoning spell. I'm not entirely sure why I'm writing this down, but I'm a stickler for being complete about a subject. Figure B, spell volumes. Do not read this aloud. Figure C, Stonehenge. Stonehenge was either a spell amplification center or a place for the druids to play hide and seek. This chant, when read aloud, will conjure zombies for about 24 hours. Like most curses, it's both a blessing and a curse. Actually, it's just a curse. Corpus levitas, displo dominium, mondo vium. Then we have some stuff right here. That's Caesar cipher, and it says, creepier than zombies, local funeral director Victor Valentino and his son Greggy V. Magic items. While I'm on the subject, I would like to catalog some of the more recent magical and mysterious items I have encountered in Gravity Falls. These put the junk sold out at my family's pawn shop to shame. Cloak of Occasional Visibility. Found in an ancient trunk at a local estate sale. This mysterious cloak makes its wearer completely invisible half of the time. The other half of the time it flickers on and off again, usually at the worst possible moment, while you wander around trying to find a good visibility signal. Very frustrating. Crystal Baldwin. Found buried deep within the mines. This crystal head of a perpetually frowning bald man, labeled Baldwin, tells your future, but always in rambling complaints. Going to rebury him. The Tie of Possession, my personal invention, was created in college as part of my government-funded assignment regarding political persuasion. My prototype won first prize and was given over to men in black suits. They never gave me back the original, but luckily I have kept a few others. Giant's Thumb. Found in the forest with no explanation of any kind. Not sure if it's magical, but it certainly is a good conversation starter. Currently using it as a coffee table. If I ever have a hitchhiking emergency, this will come in handy. A bit of concern that an angry thumbless giant may return to retrieve it. Truth-telling teeth. Weapon to use against deceivers, at least ones with no teeth. Buried neath a tree stump in the deep forest are truth teeth, which force upon the wearer an inability to lie. Not sure who created these, but I certainly think a number of humans, politicians, lawyers, TV executives, etc., would be improved by their use. Figure 81B. It would be quite interesting to see what my brother and mother would act like while wearing these. As an experiment, I tried wearing them for a day. They fit over my regular teeth quite snugly, but I found immediately that people don't like me very much when I'm honest. I accidentally made the mailman cry. It's not my fault. He's abnormally hairy. Another Caesar right here. 90% sure he's a werewolf. Is there a truth serum inside? Figure 82. Just got pulled over for speeding and admitted to it. The ticket was absurd. This is getting out of hand. I'm going to rebury these. I believe honesty is the best policy, except for when it's not, which is often. Then we have some sort of bill thing down here, but I can't find that means anything. Figure 1, Crystal, V. Legends of miniature buffaloes and giant squirrels have led me to believe there are height-altering properties hidden deep within the forest. Initial testing indicates these crystals hold the power to alter any living creature's height. Different colors perform different functions. A. Shrinking properties. B. Enlarging properties. C. Staying the same properties. This part's just a rock. Could this be responsible for the 60-foot beaver attack of 1973, found near the crystals? Do not ingest. You don't want your stomach growing out of your ears. Height altering. Such power could be extremely useful as both a weapon and a tool. Plus, it might be nice to be an inch or two taller. I will have to search for the source of these crystals when time permits. I feel myself weary from months of exhaustive research. And although I have found many incredible things, the grand unified theory of weirdness eludes me. I need to get away and clear my head before I can make any meaningful progress on my theory. Local lumberjack, boyish Dan Corduroy, owns a majestic cabin in the most remote part of the woods. It has been in his family for generations, but sits unused. He hemmed and hawed when I asked to stay there for a few nights, but after paying him so handsomely for the construction of my own humble cottage, he was obliged to agree. He did, however, warn me to lock myself in my bedroom before the stroke of midnight, or else risk losing my very soul. Sounds like he's been inhaling too much sawdust. Off to the cabin for some rest and relaxation. Were my eyes playing tricks on me? Must try not to think about this. Gravity Falls Cemetery. Ghosts. I now know why Dan feared leading me to this cabin. It is exceedingly haunted. But if there is one thing I know about hauntings, it is that they always have a reason of some kind. Photographic proof. Ectoplasm sample. Don't be fooled by guys in sheets. Restless spirits are looking for someone to put them to rest. I will simply conduct a quick seance and ask the ghost what it needs, although forming a circle is rather hard with one person. I was wrong about everything. Rather than lay the spirit to rest, my seance summoned an untold number of his unheedly brethren. The ghostly sphere is so much more complicated than I ever imagined. Over the past 2 sleepless nights, I have been bedazzled by no less than 10 distinct varieties of phantom, each deadlier than the last. Ghosts. We can start on the not-so-deadly end of the scale. Category 1. Ghosts in this category pose no threat to humanity. In fact, their fondest wish seems to be an impossible desire to rejoin the human race, or at least become the best friend of whatever person they can latch onto. The Category 1 encountered in Dan's cabin kept trying to get me involved in G-rated adventures, oblivious to the fact that I am a man in his 30s and not a 13-year-old girl. Code right here that says, creepily whispered, "Can I keep you?" Horrifying. Kinda cute. In other words, the only way a Category 1 can harm you is by annoying you to death. Remember, show no interest in them and they will disappear. One word of kindness is enough to keep them around for years to come. Making things float is their only real power. Category 2. Pranksters. Similar in appearance to Category 1s, pranksters usually appear in groups of 2 or 3. That's because if any of these jerks were on their own, they'd get their transparent butts kicked all the way back to the netherworld. Always have "kick me" or "possess me" signs they tape to your back. On the bright side, they love to pick on Category 1. Category 3. Glutons. For centuries without physical bodies, glutons are able to generate an incredible amount of body odor. These rapacious wraiths will breeze right past you and attack the contents of your refrigerator. Unfortunately for them, they are not able to digest anything they consume, so all your food ends up on the floor. Goer from the movie Phantom Bustifiers was clearly inspired by these horrors. Category 4. Haunted paintings and image-based spectres. She's always watching me. You've heard of paintings where the eyes follow you? Will turn back, blink, blink, crossed out, and this phantom crossed out literally follows you crossed out across the room. Chant to dispel ghosts. Exodus, demon us, spookitus, scare us, ain't afraid us, no ghost us. Bampus, goosos, shamalan. She was able to leap from image to image, even appeared in my $5 bill. The silver mirror proved to be her only weakness. Silver. Mirror shows spirit reflection. Apparently, trapping them inside a silver mirror is the only way to stop them. I hid the mirror in the closet to try to drown out the annoying screaming. Category 4s have no indoor voice. Category 5. Soul suckers. Soul suckers feed on the life force of their human prey. They work slowly and silently. Given enough time, they can consume their victim's entire soul. Fortunately, I discovered the one feeding off me rather quickly and squashed him like a supernatural mosquito. I have no idea how to clean the bits of life force off Dan's dining room table. Category 6. Phantoms of pain. These guys dress in black leather and have some sort of painful-looking jewelry sticking through various body parts. But what they really want is to inflict pain on you. Luckily, they can't touch you unless you summon them. The phantom I saw at Dan's tried to pretend that I had asked for him, but I simply said, nope. He muttered some lame threats, shuffled his feet, and then disappeared. Mean. Category 7. The Eternal Key. One desperate soul in each generation is transformed into the Eternal Key, an unhappy apparition who never knows what she's supposed to do or where she's supposed to be. This makes for a very noisy haunting with lots of complaining. There's only one thing that will end the Eternal Key's torment, and she has no idea what it is. Category 8. The Petrifying Rock. What she's supposed to do is open the petrifying rock, unleashing Kirksklur, the unperceivable. Whoever he is, he sounds nasty. Luckily, these two have trouble synchronizing their schedules. The key wanders around being obnoxious for half an hour and then disappeared. 10 minutes later, the rock materialized. He gave me one look around the place, sighed, and vanished. I have a feeling this happens a lot. Category 9. Dream Hipsters. These guys are never satisfied with simply scaring you to death. They need to bring you to the brink of extinction and then pull you back from it so you can admire their handiwork. Please, just kill me already, if I can skip all the bragging. Dream hipsters are nefarious spirits who specialize in turning perfectly pleasant dreams into horrifying nightmares, and then get all boastful about it. Turns power naps into horror naps. After haunting me for 20 hours straight, the ghost in Dan's place finally took a break. I fell asleep and immediately started dreaming. I was back in school and everyone was staring at my hand. They all kept chanting, "Six-fingered freak, six-fingered freak." The more they chanted, the larger my hands grew. As usual, Kathy Crenshaw was there. I tried to shake my hand to make it stop, and it fell off my arm. My hand grew and began to chase me. Suddenly, I realized my hand wasn't chasing me after all. It was chasing after my brother, and it was going to squeeze him to death. It grabbed him and lifted him into the air. I tried to run to help him, but my feet were frozen. Just when it looked like my brother was done for, the hipster appeared and said, "Looks like you finally gave your brother a hand." The entire thing was just a setup for one of those hipsters' stupid, snarky puns. I woke up suddenly, thankful to be alive, and doubly thankful that I wouldn't hear any more dumb puns. However, I soon fell asleep again, and the hipster was back with another nightmare. This time, he interrupted his own work about halfway through to make sure I knew who was responsible and that I had heard his new terrible joke. More nightmares followed, and with each one, some stupid one-liners. Well, I'm not giving him the satisfaction of seeing any of them written down in this journal. And then, Caesar cipher that says, "I prefer dreams with my muse. He told me that the gum I like is going to come back into style." As far as I can tell, Category 10s are the highest category of ghost there is, and the most dangerous. The Grim Reaper is merely one of the most famous of these phantoms, and not nearly the most terrifying. The Grave Filler and the Slim Creeper are both more deadly. The Reaper simply has made an effort to get itself out in public eye more than the others. Good PR. When the temperature in my cabin dropped 30 degrees, the deer heads on the wall began screaming, and the fireplace started to fill with blood. It occurred to me that I might have a Category 10 on my hands. When this figure arrived, I knew for sure. Category 10, danger. For its advice, he doesn't have any, but Dipper would then write in, "Get the local rich girl to apologize to them." If you ain't afraid of no ghost, you're an idiot. Fearing them is totally rational. Also, ain't afraid of no is a double negative. So either way, the ghost wins. I'd had enough ghost for one lifetime. I immediately fled from the cabin, clutching my journal and still dressed in my flannel pajamas. What does it mean? My terrifying weekend at Dan's cabin has left me more hopeless about my investigations than ever before, and I'm beginning to reach my wit's end. 6 years and 3 journals worth of research, and I am still no closer to finding answers than when I started. What is Gravity Falls' secret? How is everything connected, and why here? What is the unified theory of weirdness? I am exhausted and must sleep on it. Perhaps rest will do some good. And that is where we will be stopping this time. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you liked this chapter. It was funny seeing all the references. We had a lot of Ghostbusters, of course, with all of our ghosts. And a couple other ones if you were able to catch on to them. And then, of course, more clues to, like, Ford being Stan's brother. They mentioned the pawn shop and that he had a brother and mom. Might not be big clues, but, you know, they all help. Hopefully, I can get these videos out and continue and not have my computer delete this one again. Fingers crossed. Thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you all next time, and my birthday is coming up, and I wanted to invite any of you that want to come to my Discord server, where you can chat with me, ask questions, maybe I'll make a video about any of them, and behind-the-scenes stuff when that happens. So once again, thank you, and see you guys next time. Goodbye! Gravity Falls and Journal 3 belong to Alex Hirsch and Disney Channel. Please go buy Journal 3 and support Gravity Falls.